same thing. Just hold it. I'm not over the top here like this, right? I'm still applying this pressure, but I don't want him sitting back on his hips or sitting back on his ankles. Let's sit back. Right, that's when guys start to get high up there. No weight. This isn't a good ride. Not a lot of good things happen here. So if this does happen, I got to sink back. I like to go double side again. I get my knees under his butt. Get weight back here. Now I can get back to this line. Maintain this line. Okay, so as he's calling around, is one of my favorite drills. Just kind of hold pressure here. Back here. And then we get into our breakdown. Breakdown, whatever it may be. But this type of pressure, look where I'm at here. I got his hips and his waist. Not much he can do here with his weight forward. And if he goes gets his butt down to his ankles, I sink back. I keep my elbows underneath. Right? Come up here, I'm pretty useless up here. Right? Pretty useless up here. So if that does happen, I sink back. His weight back to all the time. Again, now I'm under his butt. Trying to prevent him from sitting back. So one thing I do, I wedge to sit back. He can't sit back because my knee is wedged right in his butt. Right? So I got my brakes right here, my foot, my knee stopping him. And this knee is trying to pull this leg out. Right? So when I do get weight, this knee is as a brake. You can push back. I wedge my toe in. And again, this is no effort for me. I'm just wedging my foot in. This other one's kids. Whatever you want to do, as creative as you want. You know? Whatever it is. And when you switch sides, same thing. Replace. Same exact thing here. I'm not coming all the way out to the side. My knee's not on the mat. Alright, I'm just keeping my weight, letting him carry my weight the whole time. Okay. That's one of my favorite drills that I like to show. Just to start learning how to keep your arms underneath. Right, not one time do my arms come over the top. I learned one thing I like to do is keep his weight on his hands. He sinks his weight back, sink my weight back, wedge my knees under his butt, and chop. Any questions so far with that? Anything that you guys might run into that might be a problem if you guys start to show this? Any ideas that come to mind? No? Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then another thing here too, turn. This is more college ride. I don't know about high school as much anymore, but once I do get him up, another good thing I can do too here is see how he's off his ankle. I can scoop this ankle, right? And now I can get into my cradle. Now I can reach over the top. Right, and if I got these short arms, so if I get a cradle locked up, that's a wrap. You know what I mean? And if I can get a cradle, anybody with longer arms can definitely get a cradle. So this is again one of the rides I'm going to get into as well. But now we're just going to get into breaking down and what that looks like. So after doing that drill, where he's calling around, I'm understanding my pressure and how to maneuver my body. So one, he's carrying my weight, and two, I can maintain that pressure. You never want to be on top of him with your knees on the mat. Right? The only time my knee's on the mat is when we start, because I have to have a knee on the mat. So after I get him up, my knees are never on the mat. And again, look, I can get this tight waist really deep, and I can maintain behind his hips. A lot of problems happen when your hips get too high, right? Or you don't have enough pressure and you're too far back, and his hand light on his hands, and he can come straight up. You know? So when I do get here, I get my wedge in, get my knee block, tight waist, and I can ride now. I'm super simple where if I can get a tight waist, I'll ride you with a tight waist. Ride you with a tight waist. And the key is to stay behind me. A lot of guys do this chop where they're all the way out here. Look how loose this tight waist is. I'm barely on his belly button. I'd rather be tight waist where now I can chop here. And now I can drive over this as opposed to trying to pull him, and usually this happens. You pull him to a sit. Right? So I don't want to see you guys make that mistake where you get this, you think about this tight waist too deep, and then you go and you pull him on top. I'm always trying to drive him to the mat, not on top. So all my pressure comes here, tight waist, and when I chop, it's a drive and not a pull. Again, I'm not pulling him on top of me, it's a drive, right? And he drops to this elbow, that's when we go to our cross wrist. Okay? And then another option to get to there instead of just pressuring him. So one of my favorite things is double thigh. Right? I go double thigh, and what I try to do is I go double thigh and try and pull his back up to my, or yeah, the back of his back up to my chest. Question? No. Okay. So off the whistle, again, you get those strong guys. There's some guys that are even quick. I go right here, and when I start to drive, I try and pick his thighs up to my chest. So I'm trying to pick his body off the mat, right here. Now I got this space, now I can work. Or I can go tight waist. But look where I'm at. I'm parallel and I'm behind him. My shoulders are behind his. I got this deep tight waist. Now I can chop. Right? Or I can come inside and crash. Re-grab wrist, claw. And if you are a crab person that wants to come in and throw legs, you can definitely do that too. Just for, baseline top, this is like